Imagine we're sitting in the kitchen with a mug of hot tea, and I say to you, listen, our whole life is just a set of habits. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But think about it. You don't just brush your teeth, check your phone, or make this particular tea every day. Those are all habits. Now, imagine adding a couple of helpful ones to that list, and you'll start improving. Not in a day, not in a week, but you will. Even by just 1%, but every single day. Now tell me that's not magic. Imagine getting just 1% better every day. It seems insignificant, but over the course of a year, such small improvements lead to incredible results. Small actions work on the principle of compound interest. If you continually accumulate improvements, they turn into huge progress. A key mistake most people make is expecting instant results. We set ambitious goals, but when we don't see immediate progress, we quickly lose motivation. For example, if you start running, but you don't see significant changes in your body in a week, you'll think it's useless. However, changes accumulate gradually, and results become visible only over time. James Clear, author of a wonderful book, Atomic Habits, gives the analogy of an ice cube. Imagine that the room is 0 degrees C and the ice is still solid. You raise the temperature by 1 degree and nothing changes. Then another 1 degree. Again, no effect. But at some point, when the temperature reaches furnace Celsius, the ice starts to melt. This is not the result of the last degree. It is the accumulated effect of all previous changes. Habits work the same way. For a long time, it seems that nothing happens. But then there is a jump and everything changes. Do you want to harness the power of the 1%? Then start doing what I tell you to do. Focus on the process, not the result. Instead of a lose 10 pounds goal, create a system of proper diet and exercise. Oh man, it really works. Have you ever heard how habits are formed? I'll tell you. Habit formation is a process that goes through several steps. Signal. This is the trigger that starts the habit. For example, if you want to start exercising, the signal might be a ready-made gym uniform that you put next to your bed. Or if you want to read more often, put a book in a prominent place. Desire. After the cue, there is an internal urge to perform the action. If the habit is pleasant, e.g., having coffee in the morning, the desire arises naturally. If the action is difficult, e.g., jogging, it is important to create positive reinforcement to increase the desire. In the second case, already exert yourself. Action. This is the habit itself. It should be easy in the beginning. Do not immediately plan an hour-long workout. Start with 5-minute exercises. The main thing is to fix the very fact of fulfillment. Rewards. The more pleasant the result, the more likely the habit will stick. Rewards can be internal, feeling invigorated after a run, or external, a cup of delicious tea after a workout. Habits work like automatic programs. The more often you repeat the same action, the more deeply it becomes entrenched in the brain. Over time, it becomes so natural that it is performed effortlessly. Now, if you haven't fallen asleep, let's talk about how to create a new habit. I'm serious when I say don't sleep. Make the habit obvious. Remove the barriers that get in the way. If you want to drink more water, put a bottle on your desk at work. Make it attractive. Tie the new habit to something enjoyable. For example, listen to your favorite music while you clean. Make it simple. The less effort, the easier it is to implement a new action. Start with a mini version. 5 push-ups, 1 page of a book. So are you ready to say goodbye to your old bad habit? Remember how to get rid of it. Make it invisible. Remove the triggers. You want to eat less sweets? Don't keep them in the house. Make it unattractive. Find the negative consequences. For example, if you're quitting smoking, research the harms of cigarettes in detail. Make it challenging. The harder the habit is to perform, the faster it will go away. For example, put your phone away in another room before you go to bed. Only here you need to switch on your memory and remember to repeat these actions. Make it unsatisfying. Create a system of consequences. Make a deal with a friend. If you miss a workout, pay him $10. Better yet, announce your big decision on social media. It'll be embarrassing to take it back later. Habit formation is not a one-time effort, but a system. Use these principles and over time, good habits will become your second nature and bad ones will go away without regret. So, are you ready to listen to more of my guidance? Trust me, it's very important to you. Another life hack. Replace one habit with another habit. Completely removing an old pattern is difficult because the brain is used to benefiting from it. That's why it's important to offer it an alternative right away. It's like with a child. Try taking a dangerous object away from him if he really likes it. You have to resort to cunning and offer a safer toy instead of a dangerous one. For example, taking away the knife, mom will offer the kid a candy or a TV remote control. Well, you get the pattern. Good for you. Good. If you find yourself reaching for your phone every chance you get, you can get in the habit of keeping a book nearby. If you used to snack on junk food, replace it with healthier options. I hope you know what healthy food is. Change the environment. I know it's being said on all sides, but my advice to you is to take a look at your environment. There is a great benefit to your personal growth. Whether you like it or not, your environment shapes you. The people you spend time with imperceptibly program your habits, thoughts, and even your standard of living. If your friends go to the gym, you'll get fit sooner or later too. If everyone around you is lazily scrolling through social media and complaining about life, the chance of you breaking out of that circle is minimal. The brain is designed in such a way that we tend to copy the behavior of others. It works on a subconscious level. We strive to be like the people around us to feel part of the group. And here's the interesting thing. If you choose the right environment, you can use this mechanism to your advantage. Want to read more? Surround yourself with people who read. They'll talk about cool books, discuss ideas, and you won't even notice you'll start reaching for them. Want to exercise? Find friends for whom it's the norm. They'll keep you from being lazy and feeling sorry for yourself. Your environment either lifts you up or pulls you down. And if your environment isn't inspiring growth right now, it's time to change it. Don't wait for a miracle. Create an environment where success becomes inevitable. Personality is more important than motivation. I'll explain the point to you in a moment. People often rely on motivation, but it is the most unreliable currency. Inspiration comes and goes, moods change, and fatigue does not ask whether you are ready to do something today or not. That's why many people start something new with enthusiasm. I often remember how inspired I was when I started doing sports. Now it's funny to look at my old self. I was enough for exactly 2 weeks. And when the motivation runs out after a week, 2 weeks, or even a month, everything goes back to normal. But there's one game-changing secret. Habits need to be part of a person's identity, not just actions. When a new habit becomes part of who you think you are, everything falls into place. Learn to name yourself in a new way. Instead of I go to the gym, I'm an athlete. Instead of I write books, I'm a writer. Instead of I take pictures, I am a photographer. How does it work? Imagine a man quitting smoking. He may say, I'm trying to quit, and it sounds like a temporary struggle, like something he's not completely sure about. Or he can say, I am a non-smoker. That's it. That's his new identity, full stop. He's not struggling, he's just a different person already. Law of success. Systems are more important than goals. Let's look at what most people do. Most people get hung up on goals. They say, I want to lose weight. I want to earn more. I want to speak a foreign language. But one problem is that the goal itself doesn't change anything. You can want to be successful all you want, but unless there is a clear system of action behind it, nothing will happen. Well, you know this. You just forget it like many people around you. However, everything is solvable. A goal is simply an end result, and a system is what you do every day to make that outcome inevitable. And here I go again. Just 1% action every day can change the rest of your life for the better. Now let's get to the fun part. Habits and the neuroplasticity of the brain. Our brain is not a static structure, but a flexible system that constantly adapts to what we do. If you repeat the same action for years, it becomes automatic, and the brain stops spending extra resources on it. This is why bad habits are so difficult to eradicate. They are literally embedded in our neural network. But the good news is that this process works both ways. If you consciously change your behavior, your brain starts to rewire itself to form new neural connections. This is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change in response to new habits and experiences. Neuroplasticity is a powerful tool. It means that everything is in your hands. You cannot just change habits, but you can form a whole new version of yourself. The key is to remember that any habit, good or bad, is just a program that can be rewritten. Apply the don't skip twice method. 1 skip is an accident, 2 is the start of a new pattern. If you miss a habit for whatever reason, Make sure you go back the next day. This is a key rule. Don't give yourself a chance to slump.